Yes, Mr. Foster, it's your opportunity now to make a closing submission.
Thank you, Your Honour. I'd like to submit first off that nowhere at all in any of the videos or anything is there anywhere of me talking down or against any other race of people. That's just slander. I clearly make the point. I'm talking about anti-whites and the ideology of anti-whiteism, which is a hatred of members of Western kind. So trying to spin and slander as if I was being degrading towards non-whites when I'm using certain words and things and descriptors. It's just a blatant lie and slander. I'm specifically talking about anti-whites. Even in the video from February, I make that very clear, that it's all about anti-whites. And if it's either you're pro-white or you're white positive, you're for the well-being of white people, or you're against it, and that's anti-white. And that's the only thing I have a problem with. No other race of people. So that's just nonsense, made up slander. Simply because I am a white man who doesn't have guilt, and I do care about my people. My other submission in regards to the I think it was the second video, Your Honour, page 4, 3 to 6. I was saying, for example, if somebody...
Page 4 of your second video, 6.
Yeah, where I said if somebody tries to charge me with hate speech, etc., and prosecution's trying to imply that this means that I knew that I was going to be offensive, when I clearly made the point, and I'll make it again, that I understand that I would be persecuted by anti-whites and an anti-white system, anti-white sentiment. That's nothing to do with being offensive to a reasonable person. In fact, in that same video in February, I specifically stated, that video called Am I Racist?, that we all watched, I specifically said, when the individual asking the question said, oh, okay, you're not. That makes perfect sense. You're just not against white people. Fair enough, you're not a racist. I said, and I was surprised because that was really reasonable. So I made the distinction quite clear, even back in February, that people who agree with me, I feel are reasonable, and the only people disagreeing, who would potentially find it offensive, are unreasonable, anti-white bigots who hate actual race of people on the basis of their race. I don't think anyone here would agree that people who have racially discriminate on the basis of somebody's race is a reasonable person. So using anti-whites as an example of reasonable people who are offended by my apparent political free speech, protected by our Constitution, that Anzacs fought and died for, they're admitting that they just have anti-white intent. That in no way illustrates me not understanding the situation or acting recklessly and causing offence or having any reckless assumption or inclination that I may cause offence. No, I knew from the get-go, even back in February in that video, I said clearly I am not going to cause any offence to any reasonable person because all the reasonable people are agreeing with me. And if we look at this exhibition, what was this one called, Your Honour? Which number? I'm sorry, the pictures of my posts or the people attacking me on my campaign page. This one here.
Is that your Facebook post?
Yeah.
Right, that's Exhibit 2.
Yeah, well, in Exhibit 2 here, where this individual attacks me for my political ideology and stance.
That person, are you referring to the K?
Yeah, K, and they say purveyor of racism and bigotry. And they attack me with this slur and slander. You can see right underneath it, and this is on the 10th of October, days before the last release, where apparently I was reckless and I assumed I was going to offend people but did it anyway. Days before this, I clearly say to this individual, racist is just an anti-white slur. Using derogatory insults like that because you disagree with my policies on stopping genocide is the literal definition of bigotry. And then I have there quoted from the dictionary, bigot, noun, bigot, a person who is intolerant towards those holding different opinions. So this person's attacked me in my political campaign page with racial slurs, like racist, simply because of the colour of my skin. This illustrates everything that I've been saying, that it's only unreasonable anti-whites who attack people from a position of racial discrimination who are even finding what I have to say offensive. That's all I have to submit, Your Honour. Thank you.